Hello, my name is Maxwell, and I'm a rising senior at Brookfield High School. For my STAR project, I did the Mean-Tube Booster. What the Mean-Tube Booster does is it allows for a mobile charging of your phone via the USB drive. It's really quite simple. Mainly it's made of transistors and some capacitors. But the big thing with it is the resistors, while not are quite redundant in the sense of what their main purpose is usually used for, but instead they're used to fool the phone into believing that it's a valid electrical source. If it didn't have the resistors, the phone would say, no, this is dangerous, I'm not taking any energy from it. So, with the use of my friend's phone, I'll show you.
Sorry.
That is the one problem with this. You need the right USB cord. So if you don't have the right one, well, no look.
It's fine.
Now on to my main project. My main project was originally to hack a hexbug spider, which is made by the hexbug company, and use an ultrasonic sensor in order to control it and avoid obstacles. As you can see, it's advanced, well, further than that. Originally, it was just going to be the ultrasonic ping, but after a while, we realized that's not going to keep me entertained because I finished this in roughly 3 days. So we then proceed to add a line sensor. The line sensor is quite simple. It uses an infrared sensor to determine the different colors of lines, and from there, follow a line if it's above a certain value. In this case, black. Once again, and that took me roughly 2 weeks. So I had to do something else for the rest of the program. So we decided to use an XP and control it wirelessly from my computer. This was the easiest part or the hardest part, depending on how you look at it. Coding-wise, it is extremely easy because I built similar codes to test out my other robots. So it's like, okay, how hard can it be to simply translate that so that if I press the W key, it can move forward, S key to move back, A to turn in a certain direction, B to turn the other direction, and X to stop. So I thought that was going to be easy. But then I downloaded the software to hook them up and let my computer communicate between them. That's when I found out something. That software went through a new edition and was meant for all platforms, and it updated roughly 2 or 3 weeks before I downloaded it. So that means there was no tutorials on how to use it. So I proceeded to look through the tutorials, and through bit shipping and gathering the information on the forums, I realized that the XPs were, in fact, not out of the box and had to be reconfigured. So I'm like, okay, I can fix this. How long can it take? Why reconfigure it? Still no effort. The XPs would send signals to my computer, but would not read the signals from my computer. So I was like, well, this is annoying. Let's do a little bit more research. And then found out that they completely changed their product so that it would not be the mode I want it to be in, which is called transparent mode, which is to send a single byte of information over, was not really supported. It was kind of like, we're just throwing it in here just because it was in the previous product. But instead they were focusing on a different mode, which was meant to send long bits of information in between them. Well, this doesn't really work for me because all I'm saying is a single byte of information to the robot. I'm not asking for any information back from the robot. So that was frustrating. And that was my hardest part. So after doing some research, it was looking like I would not finish in time. But luckily, Dave came in the next day and showed me a useful website where I found a tutorial. And during that tutorial, which addressed my problem of how do I get to send over the 1 byte, they told me to completely skip the main software supported by the developers and use a different software. The little point of it was this website I was looking at is officially used and supported by the developers of the thing. So they were advertising a different product for their own product. Don't ask me why. Anyway, once I got that downloaded, like I thought, it was easy, and I simply attach it, and it was easy to run. And now to hook it all up and show you. And right here is the one that connects to my computer. As you can see, it has a similar board to this one. The only difference is it connects via USB drive. And right now my computer's updated.
Turn this fiber a little. That's why I buy Apple.
There we go. Here's for the random updates. And as you can see, they're moving. So that is right now the current program. I also have the error programs saved, but it would be kind of a hassle to program them. So at a later point, when I'm not having to waste time for that presentation, so I'll show you. Let me show you. The only other thing to note that was difficult is this guy is slightly has some hardware problems when he came out of the box, which when the head turns, part of the gears, if it turns in a certain direction, the gears start breaking up because, well, I'm not really sure why. So it's just weird like that. After all this, I came into this program as a hobbyist engineer. I got 1 or 2 robot kits beforehand and did a little coding beforehand. Thinking, I'm not sure what an engineer exactly does or if I really want to be an engineer. But coming into this program, it reaffirmed that this is indeed what my passion is, and I'm really looking forward to becoming an engineer and focusing on doing these types of problems and trying to figure out, okay, if I connect this wire to that wire, does it work or did I just short it? Which happened a lot in this program.